everybody, how's it going? It is Fandom Empire Live. The date is Tuesday, May the 18th, 2021. And we got a fun but short show for each and every one of you mother Canuckers out there tonight. Thank you for supporting the channel on the level that you do. We greatly appreciate it. This is usually the part where I'll, babble for 5 minutes and just crack a few terrible jokes and then introduce the rest of the guys. But without further ado tonight, right off the bat, since we only have about an hour, first up, he's number 2 at Fandom Empire, Mr. Tommy B. What's happening, man?
Hey. Not much, hanging in there. It's been a bit of a up and down day, but I'm hoping this next hour goes better than some of it. How about you?
I would say very much the same. So we're gonna do this stream, and then I'm loading the family up, and we're heading out to the cottage, and so we got about a 90-minute to 2-hour drive ahead of us as soon as the stream goes off air. But we got a bunch of good things to talk about tonight. Tonight we're talking Halloween Kills, that image that was released, what's going on with the marketing. I'm going to talk about, everybody seems to keep asking me about Dave McRae's comments. So we'll address them, but I mean, Dave's generally spot on. I have no reason to question that. We're going to talk some Batman and Elm Street. Without further ado, though, he is the co-owner and host of Bros Before Pros Gaming, wearing whatever the hell he's wearing on his ears right now. It's Johnny V. What's happening, man?
It's called headphones. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're nice. They go over your ears. You hear sounds through them. They're quite nice.
Let me ask you a question. Are you willing to shave your head? I've seen you shave your head before.
Oh, I will shave it. I just haven't. We're reaching that point now where it's getting warm enough again that I'm going to shave it.
Oh, dude. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this nonsense right here. Look at this. I definitely need a haircut.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
You're looking Amish.
Amish? Yeah,
I was going to say he's looking like a reject from a late 90s boy band.
Yeah, kind of. That with the little at the front. Only the back is like that too. I just we need to open a fucking first choice. I'll be the first guy in line. Jeez.
I mean, thankfully my barber is me.
Frank is watching us in the bubble bath. I mean, that excites me. There's not a lot that excites me in life anymore, but Frank watching us in the bubble bath excites me.
What? Why does that excite you?
I just love Frank. And the rest will remain private and pay-per-view. Also joining us, fresh off of a hot Rick and Morty fan show episode, it's Kieron. How's it going, man?
Fantastic. It was going, my day was actually really up and down. Recently, I got to ditch the online thing with some of my students, and because some of my students are learning disabled, got to come back to school under some super strict measures. So it was really nice to have students back in my school. It sucks. Online sucks. I love doing this for you guys. I hate doing this to educate people. It sucks. So really happy there. Then when I got back from work, I just passed out, fainted, I was just out of energy. And I woke up and really quickly was oh my God, what do I need to do stuff, make dinner, and everything was a big crazy panic until right before the show. And the show went out awesome. So if any of you guys haven't seen Rick and Morty fan show here on Fandom Empire, we had a great show just an hour ago or so. And so now I'm pumped. Now I'm good.
It was excellent, man. I was thrilled with the turnout. Apologies for those that got a notification that Fandom Empire Live went live at 8. It didn't. YouTube kind of fucked us, and so we got a new link. I'm sure there's people that are trying to click the old link and it's not working, and probably will find the stream after the fact. It is what it is, and we got to move forward with the show. Johnny, I suggested shaving your head, by the way, because we could call you Lobot. You could be our own personal Lobot. I mean, it works.
These ones light up too.
Oh, then you really are. Oh, you are Lobot. It's a thing.
I can download the app that lets me change the colors. I don't remember what colors he wore on his.
Blue and red, I think. That's just off the top of my
I think
head.
I can make them blue and red.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is how the show's going to work. We only got about an hour tonight, which means we only got about 55 minutes left or so. If you're used to just listening to us and not watching us, because, not all of us can be as pretty as Tommy or Kieron, pay attention, because we got some nice new video transitions as we go into each topic. We're trying to upgrade our game here and make the stream a little more visually appealing for a lot of people. And you'll also notice that when we're talking about a topic, the Fandom Empire logo in the middle will change to a logo of that particular topic. Also, there won't be a big Q&A session today. I'll try to look at the chat as much as I possibly can and see how that goes. But if you want to have your question or comment read on air, you know the gig. Send in a super chat. We will read it as long as it's within reason and, you're not being racist or, performing any acts of discrimination or hate. Then we'll read your question or comment on air. Without further ado, though, gents, let's dive right into this. Let's dive in to the Batman. All right, we're talking the Batman. The Batman, a movie that's been delayed not once but twice now, a movie that's going to star someone that probably a lot of people don't think is possible of pulling off the Bruce Wayne role. I think people hear Robert Pattinson, they're like, oh, it's the Twilight guy. Fuck him. Is Batman going to glow? Is he? Is he going to be all sparkly and pretty? No, I have complete faith in Robert Pattinson. I think he's an excellent actor. I actually want to go to Kieron first on this one. Just what are your... there's no Batman news. I just really wanted to talk the Batman. So, dude, what are your expectations for this film? Obviously, we got the trailer last year at the DC event, which is really early. And I'm thrilled with everything that I've seen to this point. How do you feel? Because there's been a lot of Batman lately.
I did watch it when we had that the fandom thing. I watched it right live when it was on there. I was actually at a cottage with Aiden and the rest of my family, and we made sure that we had the internet to watch it. And I watched it probably 10 times that night before I went to bed, like over and over and over again. I'm a tremendous, huge Batman fan, so I have really high standards going into this movie. If it sucks, it sucks, and that's going to be crappy. However, I think it's going to be great. I think I like what I've seen so far. I don't have any doubts about Robert Pattinson. I've seen him in other movies, and he's really good. And the amount of good actors that came out of those terrible Twilight movies is tremendous. Like there's lots of great actors and actresses that were in those movies. So what can you do? I mean, maybe not that werewolf dude. He didn't go too far, but what was that?
Not true. He went to the buffet.
He made a terrible movie with Adam Sandler. It was horrendous.
Yeah.
It was horrible. I actually think it was called The Horrible Six or something. So
it was an Adam Sandler movie. So those have not done.
He was in Scream Queens, and that was pretty good.
I haven't seen that one yet, and I have heard good things. Anyways, the Batman though. One of the unique things about Batman, and this is something that almost no other superhero property or even a lot of properties can pull off, is Batman can be pulled off so many different ways. Batman can be a detective. Batman can be a ninja. Batman can be, he has a lot of different ways you can attack that. Like, he's a superhero. Sometimes you see versions of Batman where he cooperates with the police. You see parts where he's a vigilante, even sort of an anti-hero. Batman can be pulled off in so many different directions, which really lends itself well to being able to reboot Batman and show us a different version of Batman. I would really like to see a more detective-y type Batman out of this. If you guys haven't played the Arkham video game series before, there's lots of really great action in those games, but there's also a lot of really great detective work you have to do in the Arkham series, and I think that's really important to Batman. But I'm really excited about it, and like I said, they can reboot Batman a lot of times because there's so many different things you can do with it, and I like what the direction seems to be going in the trailer and all the news I've read. So I have a lot of confidence in it, but I also have a very high bar. So if it disappoints, it's going to disappoint more than, say, Mortal Kombat and how disappointed I was with that movie.
Johnny, how about you, man? What are your expectations for this? I don't think you're the biggest Robert Pattinson fan, but I seem to recall you thinking the trailer was decent. What are your expectations for this film, and what do you hope to get for it? From it,
I do have a lot of hopes from this because, when the cast first started coming out, I wasn't exactly sold on Robert Pattinson, and I'm still not 100% sold on him. But, I'm freely okay with admitting I'm wrong if I turn out to be wrong. I just don't know if I am yet because we haven't seen the film. I've seen his trailers. I like what they're doing with some of the characters. Like Colin Farrell as Cobblepot is just, you show that picture to the average Joe without telling them who it is or where they're playing, and they have no idea who it is. And that's a good thing. He actually looks like Penguin, which is something that we haven't really achieved in a very long time. Not since Danny DeVito, right? So I'm intrigued. I like that we're going in the more down to earth way with it. I like that the Batmobile is actually a car and not a tank. That was one of my big complaints with the Nolan trilogy was that the Batmobile was a freaking tank.
The worst part about that, though, if I can interject here for a second, is the Nolan trilogy is supposed to be a grounded trilogy, and they did a tank basically as the Batmobile. I know they don't call it that.
Become a bike.
I think they just should have stuck with the bike. You didn't need a car. I know he saves Katie Holmes in the first Rachel in the first one. Rachel! But yeah.
I think the Batmobile is so iconic that you kind of have to have it. But, I do like that this one's more grounded. Like, even going as far back as literally every Batman project that I can think. I can't think of one where the Batmobile is not a car. Like, it doesn't have the shape of a car. Like, they're different and they're custom and they're fancy, even going back to, like, the 60s Adam West version. But it's always been a car.
This one looks like a muscle car.
It really does, which I think suits this Batman, I think, because it is that sleek, muscly look that I think suits the Batmobile because it always has kind of had that sleek sort of muscle car shape to it, even like I say, even go back to Adam West. So I like that. I like the characters that we've seen. I'm not 100% on the Zoe Kravitz Selena Kyle yet, just because she looks fresh. She's still wearing a ski cap, so I don't. Okay, I can deal with that, and we'll see how it goes. But I like the focus we've got on the crime families. That's a direction we haven't quite faced. Like, even when they tried that in the Nolan movies, it very quickly became about Scarecrow and then, the other chief villains without putting any sort of focus on.
I want to give a call out to the chat here. I know we don't have a lot of time for chat questions today unless they're super chats, just because of the time constraints. But Draven, who I'm not used to seeing in here, and I love this comparison, says it's interesting that they're going for a Zodiac type for Riddler, and oh my God, is that like 100% spot on? Something out of like Zodiac or Seven. It really does feel that way in the trailer. Any thoughts on that, Darth Lobot?
It fits a modernization of the character. Like the Riddler at his heart is he's a Riddler. He plays riddles, but Zodiac is a different type of riddle. With his ciphers and those sorts of things. So I like that. It seems like that's sort of the direction they're going, while still playing off, the classic. Like it's not the Riddler's not the Joker. Like, that's something that I didn't like, that they kind of went that direction for a very long time. He was just the Joker light, in that he was telling jokes, and I like this more subtle direction while still sort of staying true to the heart of the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty spot on. Tommy, I have no idea. We don't talk a lot of Batman, dude. Like, are you a Batman fan? Have you seen all the previous Batman films? Are you looking forward to this one?
No, I have not seen all the Batman films.
Well, we got to start there. What ones have you seen?
Probably more than just the, recent-ish trilogy that we know about. We talk about often with Begins, Dark Knight, Rising and all, but they're what come to mind. I really enjoyed those three. I think everyone enjoyed those three to a certain extent, despite some of the flack they get. But I'm not a huge Batman fan. I like some of the animation from back in the day, but it's just not something I've ever gushed over. As far as Robert Pattinson goes, I think he gets the short end of the stick. I think he gets a raw deal. He's got a career. He's done a lot more than Edward Cullen, but people won't let him forget about the fact that he was involved in that project for all the hate that it gets, and he has to deal with that for the rest of his career, probably, unless he does something that overshadows it, which I don't know. Maybe the Batman could be that. I mean, I don't know if he's signed for the trilogy, but this is going to be another trilogy, right? So
he went a really smart way with his career. He after doing the Twilight movies and getting all the money from that, he went to a lot of kind of artsy cans type films. Like he did a lot of stuff that probably didn't get him as much money, but got him a lot of respect in the acting world. And now he's more back into big projects and things like that. So
I thought
he did a good job. I think if you look at his career and you look at how much, even though those Twilight films made a lot of money, there was a lot of people making jokes about him and other actors in there, and he just basically stepped back from the spotlight for a bit and did some artsy films with some, getting his acting chops in the row.
I'm kind of sort of everywhere right now. I got so much shit going through my head. Draven says, since they're focusing on corruption in Gotham, I would argue that basically every Batman movie is that. I wonder if we're going to get the Court of Owls. I think Court of Owls has been heavily rumored for this film. So I have no inside knowledge if that's going to happen. But I know it's something I've seen going around a lot of places. And in terms of Robert Pattinson, I thought he was absolutely the best part of Nolan's Tenet film. I thought Pattinson was very good in that. He's been good in a few other projects that I've seen him into. And I buy his look in this. He looks like, and Frank has mentioned it in the chat a few times, just a very, angry young Bruce Wayne. And I am so for that. He doesn't just kick the shit out of the guy in the trailer. He could have left it at that. He's trying to hurt that guy. Maybe not kill him, but he's leaving a mark and wants him to remember him real well. So, I'm stoked for this movie. I love the tone. It really does feel like something out of Seven. I love the cast. There was a few question marks in there. Is it Jeffrey Wright who's playing Gordon? Wright is from the Bond films and a few other things. And I love everything he's been in. I think he's getting a TV show, too. I could be wrong.
He's really good in Westworld.
I haven't seen Westworld yet. It's on my list.
Really good in that.
So I'm looking forward to this film and what it could be. I just worry that it might not be what the mainstream audience wants from this film. But I'm all the way up for a dark, gritty, grungy Batman. And I think that's what we're going to get. I know they've wanted to express that we've never really gotten the Detective Batman on the big screen. You've got to play as him in the Telltale games. It's very detective-like. And that this movie is going to be very much the Detective Batman combined with some ass-kicking shit. I just hope we don't spend too much time telling his backstory. Yeah, we get it. Your parents are dead. Not to sound like a dick, but let's move on. So yeah, any last thoughts on the Batman here? Anybody have anything that they want to point out?
Well, you said the cast. The cast really is fantastic. The actor, is it Paul Dano?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
is that his name?
Riddler.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Like, he's a really good actor. So they got him to play the Riddler, or the whatever incarnation of Riddler.
His voiceover in the trailer is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic career. I'm really excited for that. With the Court of Owls thing too, Court of Owls has been a really big. It's been the biggest thing that's come up in Batman the last 10 years, 15 years or so. That storyline has been the only thing that's added something new, and otherwise it's always the Joker again, Two-Face again. This has been a new character that they've thrown in there. So I would say there's a really good chance of it, because they've thrown it into all of the games, all of the lore. It's really ingrained itself for something brand new into a comic, because normally comics are having a hard time having new characters come in these days. Even all the Marvel characters you see, they've all been there for 30, 40 years a lot of the time. And Batman's got a new villain in there in the Court of Owls that's kind of stuck into the lore. So I would not be surprised at all to see the Court of Owls fit in there.
I know.
I think if you're gonna
go ahead,
I think if you're gonna see the Court of Owls, it's not gonna be in the first movie. Like, they may set the table for it. I think you'll probably see like the the Court of Owls in like the like a post credits type scene, or
some Easter egg.
The end of the. Oh yeah, I'm sure like there'll be hints and nods towards it if that's the direction they're going. But I don't think they're gonna play a part in this film in the mix, just because then it's too crowded. Then you've got Penguin, Riddler, Catwoman, the Falcons. Adding the Court of Owls on top of that, and suddenly we're looking at Spider-Man 3.
No, I think you nailed it, man. I think it's going to be a table setter. I think that's what it'll build up to. I know everyone's probably like, "Oh, give us the Joker in the second film," but I don't think that's going to happen. And I know there's there's a lot of rumbling still that Joaquin's Joker may be in this universe, and this came straight from a DC executive, which conflicts with reports that we got that it doesn't tie in. What we do know is it doesn't tie in with the overall DCEU. And
I was going to say, I think the only thing we know so far is that it's not the same Earth as any other Batman we've seen to this point. It's not a start over; it's a different Earth.
Yeah, thank God for that. And it sounds like they have no intention to try to blend this in with whatever they're doing next. And just let something stand on its own. Not everything needs to be connected as part of this bigger universe. So we'll have to
embrace the multiverse.
Embrace the multiverse? Well, yeah, as long as we don't have to see 10,000 crossovers. Everybody's already getting their Michael Keaton. Be happy with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you've established that the multiverse exists. They're doing the Flashpoint movie. Just, let different films exist in different universes without having to tie them into everything.
Where are we here? Josh asked a Halloween Kills question. That seems like the perfect time to transition. All right, Halloween Kills time. The moment you've all been waiting for. Today is the day where we will exclusively reveal the Halloween Kills poster. It's a thing. Not the official Halloween Kills poster, of course, although I tend to prefer mine.
It's officially unofficial.
Anyways, there was an image released on Friday. It's blowing up the internet. Tommy and I did a real quick 15-minute live stream or so on it. It's a picture that is very washed, and to be honest, everybody's already seen it, so I'm not going to put it up on the screen. I'm just not a big fan of the image they released at all. But they've already heard Tommy and I talk about it. And this, again, is the image from Empire Magazine. There should be more coming from Empire Magazine this week or next week. We're going to talk about when we think the trailer's coming and when we think the poster's coming. And nothing's changed on the poster front. I still think that you're looking at that second weekend in June. I think it's the 11th. Look for it around that time. Could come early, could come later. It's just a prediction, and it seems to be a date that's getting a lot of mentions out there. But let's stick to the image for now, guys. The Empire Magazine image. Look, a new Halloween Kills image comes out, and it has Michael at the forefront. So, of course, the diehards, and Star Wars has a lot of these fans too, and it's not to knock them, but it's like, oh my fucking God, it's a new Kills image. It's the best thing ever. It's better than the birth of my children. Holy crap. Wrong. No, obviously I don't feel that way at all. But there are people that just don't have anything else going on but waiting for this movie. And, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So Johnny and Kieron, we're going to start with you guys. Break down this image for us. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? Let's start with Kieron because Johnny might take 10 years.
Okay, let me start by showing you this. This is how you hold a knife upside down. See, straight here, straight there. It goes straight down. It doesn't go like this, and somehow stick out sideways and out through there. It doesn't show just the top knuckle, but somehow expand and come closer in. Like you're somehow fucking breaking your fingers in order to hold that knife. This looks edited by a fan and not a good fan. Like I would like to say that it looks fan made, but the problem is there's some really good fan made stuff out there. This looks like really poorly fan-made. This looks like if I, who do not have Photoshop, just decided to log in and fool around with some images. Like, I don't know how to edit. I don't have Photoshop. But if I downloaded it right now, I could probably make that. It looks terrible. It makes no sense. The angle that the guy's hand's at and the knife coming out, which looks really terribly added in there, the angle makes no sense. Now, if I could add, if I could be, just calm down and try to say something nice about it, the mask looks okay. The mask looks okay. And also, I like that you see the shoulder is kind of burnt a little bit. I like that you get to see, I don't know if it's burnt or if but it's definitely been affected on the same side that he's been burnt on. So the actual picture of the shape himself looks all right, but that fucking knife bothers me so much. It makes no sense. The angle of that hand makes no sense. The knife is going straight down, but his hand is curved. See? His hand is coming with the end of his fingers out, and the knife is going straight down, so he's holding it like this. It makes no sense.
It's
fucking terrible. Johnny, say something. Say something about this fucking terrible image.
I'm giving up on you. That's it. We're done. No more Halloween. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I mean, I just happen to have this lovely steak knife. You mean you don't run around holding it like this?
Switch hands.
Well, I'm not. I'm being metaphorical. The blade's pointed out. It's in an awkward. And you don't run around stabbing like that? Isn't that how you do it?
It looks like something Ghostface would do.
I mean, it's just.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I can see it.
I mean, when you posted the photo in the Discord, actually, it wasn't you. It was somebody else posted it in the Discord channel on was it Friday night, Saturday night, something like that. It looked to me like my response, and I said this in the Discord, was it looks like somebody photobombed Michael and thrust their arm out with the knife. Like, it just, it looks bad, and that's Oh, I mean, Kieran's right. It looks like a badly photoshopped. Like, this looks like a high school project in computer class where you're learning how to Photoshop. That's what it looks like. It just... The focus is off in weird places. The blade looks wonky. The blood effect on the knife looks...
Okay, let's be real here. Let's be real. Okay, I know not many people seen much of Haddonfield the Vanished yet, and that you're not going to see the film till 2022. But Kennedy's work on Haddonfield the Vanished is way better than the blood stain on that knife. Holy fuck, is that some Bush League shit.
If we just crop everything from like the zipper of Michael's coveralls out, it's a great photo. Because, then you've got the mask and the burnt shoulder, and it looks really good. Everything on the other side of it looks like...
It's almost like, yes! And then the whole thing's revealed.
The knife looks like it's made of concrete, too.
I know people are going to be like, oh, how dare they? Fuck Fandom Empire for bashing this Halloween Kills picture. We're never watching again. Look, on the record, I think this movie is probably going to be the second best Halloween movie ever for a variety of reasons. But the one thing that I'm never going to be okay with is, something new was released, a video, a trailer, an image, doesn't mean let's race to YouTube and praise it so we can get a bunch of clicks and more subscribers. Obviously, clicks and subscribers help, so please do that. But no, we're going to be honest. It wouldn't matter if it's Halloween, Star Wars, Leprechaun, you name it. It's just, I don't know. The mask in this picture is great. I've always hated the blue undershirt. Like, it's really blue. I don't know why they chose that. It's like that in H18 as well. But and the washed look. You didn't need the washed look, people. You didn't. I don't know. I don't like it.
You know why it's blue? You know why he's got that blue undershirt, right?
Because he's got blue balls?
Because he's going to take off his mask and rip it open his shirt, and he's going to be Superman.
Oh, my God. The crossover everybody's waiting for. Superman and Halloween. And it'll be called Superman Kills.
It would explain his supernatural powers.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty. Tommy B. We had your thoughts the other day, but maybe some people didn't see that video. What do you think about this image? Do you have something positive to say, or are we all on the same page here and just this is not a very good image? And by the way, Empire Magazine usually puts out really good shit. I got 3 or 4 Star Wars magazines from Empire, and I love them. But this is not good. Go ahead, Tommy.
Oh, it's my turn now. No, we talked about the other day. This image is just a real letdown. I have nothing nice to say about this. I don't know if people did end up going on a real positivity train about it like we initially predicted they would, but I don't have anything nice to say, really. It's okay. I guess that's the nicest it gets.
You know what?
What I did like better are some reworks that other people did. And
our boy, the Horror Dude in the chat, who interacts with us on Twitter, he had a really nice one that has some, like, I guess it'd be like sparks and shit that's on it.
I wonder if that's the one I interacted with earlier today. Yeah, I really like some of the reworks I've seen, but I'm not a big fan of the image itself. That could go in the trash.
Yeah, it's too bad too, because it's already got Empire in it, so we could have stole it and put Fandom Empire.
Yes. I mean,
but it's shit, so don't do that.
I don't know. You know what really bothers me is everybody not everybody. There's a bunch of people that feel like they need to save face if they have a YouTube channel or an Instagram account or Twitter or whatever. And it's like, it's a new image. We got to say something positive about it. I'm not going to throw them under the bus by naming them, but I know at least 3 other YouTubers who have told me privately that this image is one steaming pile of elephant shit. and then proceeded to go on air and say that it was okay or even good. And it's like, really? Really? Come on. It is what it is. The movie's going to be fantastic. I really believe that. I don't expect much from the trailer. Blumhouse shows too much all the time. You want to go into this movie, with some surprises? Don't watch the trailer, because God knows they're going to give away 1 or 2 jump scares. That would be my advice. Don't watch the trailer. So yeah, that's the image. What does everybody in the chat think of this image? Simple yes or no. Do you like this Empire Halloween Kills image? Yes or no? I really want to see roughly what the majority of our audience are saying right now. We got 60 plus people watching the stream at the moment. Yes or no in the chat section, and we want to get an idea if people are on the fence about it. Mostly no or mostly yes. So comment now. Johnny V, the tank is empty at this point. I have no idea what Frank's talking about.
We're communicating in the chat. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Dean, Fandom Empire, is that trailer still coming out in October? Could there be a trailer at the beginning of October? Sure, but it won't be the next one. Anybody who thinks they're not doing marketing until October is just not very well informed at all. But more so what Kieron was doing. I'm trying to be nice here. Hey, Samuel, is the Halloween Kills marketing starting in October?
No!
I think he said no. Kieron, I think you're muted.
I didn't hear that. Did everyone else hear the no? I didn't hear the no.
I heard the no.
You heard the no? Yeah, so it's obviously Skype having issues again.
We're not doing so great with issues today, but whatever. This stream is rolling around pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. So anyways,
you didn't just say that.
Ben Grimm, the movie has been done for almost a year. Why no trailer yet? They released a teaser just before last Halloween, which showed plenty, in my opinion, in the 30 seconds that its length is. 30 seconds, 35 seconds, whatever it is. I know most people don't consider that a trailer, but why? Why do you want a trailer? I'm going to watch it because we kind of have to on the channel, and we got to react to it, and we'll do a reaction, and then we'll cover the trailer because that's the YouTube game. But if I'm someone that's trying to be surprised with this movie and doesn't want spoilers, don't watch the trailer. Blumhouse does this for all their movies. They give away too much. A lot of studios do, but Blumhouse really is bad for this. And I suppose it's a Universal thing, more so than a Blumhouse thing, but yeah.
Zayden actually refuses to watch trailers for anything. He doesn't watch trailers for Marvel movies. He doesn't watch trailers for anything.
That's not a bad take. I mean, when a trailer used to be, for example, I know you've seen the It's Me Billy trailer that Dave and Bruce put out. To me, that's a good trailer. It doesn't give away too much. It doesn't spoil the whole movie for you. But most studios don't do that these days.
Yeah, I agree. It was great. And also, I think for a fan-made film, that trailer proves it's pretty, it's a studio quality film just by the way he did it. So.
Let's see what everybody's saying in the chat. Draven, no. Jade, no. Fat Pat, no. Ivan, yes. Frank, how about why?
That wasn't the question.
Oh, no? Okay. Well, obviously you guys got some inside stuff going on.
No. I'm saying that you asked a yes or no question. You can't answer why.
Oh, okay. Yes. I think Frank's just sick of them milking it, and they're going to milk it. They're going to milk it all the way to the release of this movie. By the way, to answer Josh's earlier question, yes, this movie's going to come out on time because you fellas down there in the States have completely opened up, basically, and Canada is hoping to make some progress over the next few months. But
I'm sorry, you mean all provinces but Ontario?
Yeah, basically. It's a shit show up here right now.
Don't insult shit shows.
Matt Whitfield says, fuck no. Solid Saturn says, yes. Why am I not surprised? Not that that's a bad thing, Saturn. We just know you really love kills, even though you've yet to see it. Linton Jonas says, no, it's shit. That a boy. And Modern Scripts Production says, not a fan of the picture. It's underwhelming. Out of focus in some areas, just overall letdown when compared to the previous photo that have been released. Alrighty then.
That might be one of the best takes I've seen in a long time from O'Foley in the chat there. The picture looks like a generic Myers cosplay shot you see all over social media.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It's just not a very professionally done photo. It isn't. And the night, oh my God. I heard a full 2-minute teaser trailer will be out in October, Frank. Frank's just poking the bear now.
2-minute trailer is not a teaser. That's a trailer.
I heard they're going to release the whole flashback scene like 3 weeks before.
Oh, yeah, the whole flashback scene.
Yeah. Just like they did with the start of Batman movies.
Yeah, why not?
I heard that. You heard it here first. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know shit. And also, it's a very large scene, so I really don't think they do that.
First of all, DMT, this is not a fan poster. Hang on, I'm going to go to my solo shot. This is clearly authentic. The real John Carpenter signature, people. Look at that. Look at that. I have it on good authority. That's how he signs his signature.
You know what I like? The knife is actually straighter on your poster.
Looks like a lightsaber. If you look, half the mask is burnt too. Look at that. Look at that attention to detail. Oh man, what a beautiful piece of work that is. Flinner, I'm hearing from my sources that the movie is about to be delayed another year. Oh man. Toronto Freddy sends in a $2 super chat, says, please hit that like button. 60 of you mother Canuckers in here. Take a second, hit the like button, and show the channel some love. It helps us out. It's a free way to allow other people to find the streams. The more likes we get, the more super chats we get, the more subscriptions we get, the more the videos are shared around, because that's what Google does. That and takes basically 37% of what you make. So, anyway, let's, Jade says that the authentic poster made on work paper. This is by no means a timing sheet for my job. Oh, wait, it is. Whoops. Look at Jade with that eye. Anyways, let's move on to the final segment of the night. We only got about 15 minutes left, and that is a segment about Nightmare on Elm Street and who we would pick to play Freddy Krueger next. All right, it's time for Elm Street talk in just 1 second. Quickly on the Dave McRae thing. Dave McRae is saying Kills trailers coming in July. Well, Saturn, if you, and again, I mean no disrespect by this, and this is to everybody out there, if you pay attention to our fucking streams, we've literally been saying trailer towards the end of June, early July, and poster likely in June. We said that we had gotten a message at one point saying things may be looking up. I still don't think there's a poster coming in May. We said that exact thing then. And yeah, the early July makes sense. And I'll even echo what Dave said on his stream. Having the trailer come out a year to the day that they delayed the movie makes a whole lot of sense. Because you got a little mini trailer on that day too. So why not? You know, we've moved a year. Anyways, it's time for Nightmare on Elm Street. Look. It's a franchise that is heavily dominated by Robert Englund, although our new co-host, Mike Bish, and I last Thursday dove into the remake and talked about Jackie Earle Haley's take on the character. We both actually quite liked Jackie Earle Haley in that movie and didn't think that he was the problem with the movie. Not a great mask, obviously, and the visual effects were dooming, needless to say, in that movie with some terrible TV actors. But Batman game is hard. Is really hard. Quit swearing.
Is he saying that the Batman video game is hard, like Arkham?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. This seems like an appropriate fucking time to remind people that this stream is not meant for children. All of our videos are marked not safe for kids. So yeah, fuck. Anyways, moving on to Nightmare on Elm Street now. We decided that we were going to take some time and cast our own Freddy Krueger and provide a bit of an explanation for who we decided to pick to play that character. And batting leadoff on this one is Johnny V.
All right. I'm actually thankful we had time to prepare this one. You sent us these notes almost 2 days ago. We're pretty close to it, about 36 hours ago. So I had a lot of time to think about this one, and I came to a conclusion that I thought was going to be sort of out there, but there were other places and the internet that actually agreed with this name. But for me, Cameron Monaghan.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think it's an interesting choice for me because, if you watch Gotham and Jeremiah, Joker character, he exudes that. I don't want to say Freddy Krueger-esque-ness, but I don't think it's a far cry to go from that Joker to Freddy Krueger. He sort of has that innate, I don't want to say scariness, but that presence, I guess, is the best way to say it. Is he has that presence about him that I think that, once you get him in the CG, because I think in 2021 that's probably what it's going to be. Although I'm certainly not against, classic effects. Either way, I think he can pull off that presence that makes Freddy so special and still maintain that sort of comedic scariness that Freddy is so famous for, in a way that I think is just extremely good. And he's not exactly the most well-known actor. If you don't watch Shameless or Gotham, you probably don't really know who he is.
Or a Star Wars fan.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's just a video game. And even then, not everybody... there's, as well as I do, there's a lot of movie fans of Star Wars that still didn't play the video games because they're video games. But they might know him to see him, maybe pick him out of a lineup. But he's not the most well-known guy, which I think helps. So I think Cameron Monaghan, he's my guy.
Interesting take. I like it. I do. I liked it right up until you mentioned comedy, because I know Robert Englund in the later movies really started to have a comedic touch. I mean,
even in the beginning ones, he still sort of had that. I mean, comedic's probably not the most accurate phrase about it, but he sort of had that. He
starts to have one-liners though later on in the franchise, and to me, that's where I got turned off Nightmare on Elm Street. In fact, the one thing I liked that the remake did, and don't get me wrong, it's a terrible film, but the backstory in that film is excellent, and I think when we've totaled $6.66 in super chats so far. Well, everybody knows what that means. We're going where Freddy went. No, I mean, I liked the backstory, and I liked that Freddy was, or at least he tried to be scary. And I think Freddy is scary in a bunch of the Nightmare films, but to me, it crosses a point. I'm half worried Toronto Freddy's going to break through my door here, and I'm going to have to dive under the table and yell help. But I just find in the later Nightmare films that he's more comedy than he is scary, and I think that's a problem. And for me, in my casting, I'm trying to avoid that. But Tommy, who do you got? We do have a super chat, and we'll read that in a second.
How about my joke pick from the other day, though?
I don't remember it.
I said fucking Jack Black.
Jack Black, Fat Freddy. I'm a fat guy. I can say that. I don't mind.
No, I'm not gonna lie. This one was challenging for me. I tried to give it some real thought. I wanted to pick someone who's already been in horror, but is still active in some way in their career, and I had nothing. So I went with a backup I've had in my pocket for a while, and to be honest, I hate my own pick. I put Tyler Mane.
Tyler Mane. So we're gonna see like a gigantic Freddy, a physical Freddy.
Why not?
Wait, I'm confused. Who's doing the voice? Because it certainly ain't Tyler Mane.
Voice training, you can come up with anything, you know. So.
Dave McRae. There. We'll go with
Dave McRae. Okay.
I was gonna say I don't think I've ever seen Tyler Mane in a talking role. I don't even remember I mean, when I think Tyler Mane talking, I mean, this is a crazy example, but I think of him when he was still a pro wrestler. You know, because a lot of people don't know he was actually a professional wrestler in WCW back in the early 90s. And dude could not cut a promo to save his life. So I don't know.
Yeah, that one's off the board, but hey, I give you points for being creative. Solid Saturn says, I've been hearing that the main theme will have vocals in it. Dude, I've heard nothing about that. Like, absolutely zero about there being vocals in the Halloween Kills theme. So, if it happens, great, but I wouldn't count your chickens before they hatch. Alrighty. Kieron, give us your pick, man. I'm excited to hear who you have.
I actually have quite a few different picks.
Oh, you get one. You get one. You get one. Pick the best one.
Okay, so the problem with this pick is that he's only 10 years younger than Robert Englund, so I don't know you would get a
Is he physically
franchise out of it. But I would really like to see Hugo Weaving do a horror movie as the main character. I think that he's a fantastic actor, and I think he could pull it off voice-wise. Because he's done a lot of different things with his voice. He's done a lot of different characters. He's done different accents. Obviously, the Red Skull, he had an accent. I think he has a tremendous presence about him, which I think that it's really hard to measure your presence, but I think that Freddy has to have presence. He has to be someone that you don't want to look away from when he's on the screen. So
that's my favorite so far, man. Hugo Weaving is an excellent choice.
Yeah, I think he's a great actor, but the only reason I started searching for more different people after him was that he's like, Robert Englund is 71, which is why he should probably retire from the role. Hugo Weaving is 61, so we're not really getting a lot more.
You can get a trilogy. You can get a trilogy out of them, barring there
That's true.
being
That's true.
no other
every
pandemic.
3 years, every 2 years, yeah.
Give us the first one, then take a year break, and then release them back to back, similar to Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, if it wasn't for a pandemic. I like that pick a lot. I don't think he would do it, but the thing that excites me about that pick is what he could do with the voice. I would be so thrilled because, like, V for Vendetta, I think is such a good movie, and Hugo Weaving, like, that movie does not work without Hugo Weaving. So, my pick. And again, it's not a name that's probably going to stand out for many people. And it's a name from a franchise that Frank Riker hates. My pick, and you know him from Scream, is Jamie Kennedy. Jamie Kennedy is my pick for Freddy Krueger, and it has nothing to do with Scream. And if we were doing this topic a week ago, I would not have known to pick Jamie Kennedy. However, I walked in on Jade watching Criminal Minds, and it was like this very much like Buffalo Bill-like episode of Criminal Minds. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, I got to sit down and watch this. And this guy on it, I'm like, it was killing me. I'm like, where have I seen this guy before? And obviously he'd added some weight and had a big beard, but just creepy as fuck. Look, I'm sorry, Criminal Minds episodes don't make me go, ooh, that's scary, or ooh, I don't know. But this episode made me feel so uneasy. And then I'm like, that looks like Jamie Kennedy. And sure enough, I Google it. Holy fuck, it's Jamie Kennedy. Had no idea that guy had that acting range at all. And he completely blew me away. Now, from what I understand, Jamie Kennedy is a fucking asshole, and I have heard that, Frank. But after seeing that episode of Criminal Minds, I absolutely think Jamie Kennedy could pull off the role. Like, if you haven't seen him in the episode, all I would say is Google Jamie Kennedy and Criminal Minds and see how, like, just grotesque and disturbing he looks. He has, pedophile written all over him.
First appearance, not second. That character was in 2 episodes, like 10 years apart.
I did hear that the character did come back because he basically gets off in the first one.
Yeah, he's back in... his first episode was 2007. That was the one where he had the beard.
Yep.
And then he was back again in 2017, clean shaven.
I liked the beard look. It was good. It was good.
I mean, I don't think that's a bad choice, but I don't know.
I was thinking low budget horror movie, and don't make no mistake, if Nightmare comes back, and it will come back, you're not getting it greenlit for $30 or $40 million. I'm sorry, that's not happening. So, got to keep that cost down. So. I would be up for seeing him, although, again, I thought Jackie Earle Haley was perfectly fine. He was not the problem with that movie. Anyways, quickly before we go off air, I want to remind people that you can check out Patreon, and that man in the bottom left-hand corner has his own Patreon show coming. That's right, and it is this. It's Kieron Presents, exclusively on Patreon, once a month, no tier specific. If you're a Patreon subscriber, even at the smallest tier, Kieron Presents is going to be live on our Patreon once a month. I don't know if it'll be a live show or a recorded show. It'll depend on how many people are tuning in. The first one will probably be live, and then we'll adjust accordingly from there. Kieron, maybe tell everybody what they can expect from you on this show.
You could have fucking edited me in some abs there or something like that. It's, I have a lot of things I want to talk about, and, we get to talk about a broad range of things here on Fandom Empire Live, and I get to talk about Rick and Morty, but I'm such a big fan of so many things, and I got so many things I want to review and talk about, and I can tell you guys, the first episode is going to be the long-awaited Leprechaun video by me. So if you want to hear my take on Leprechaun, I know Matt Whitfield will be there because he loves Leprechaun so much. It's gonna be a fun show. If you guys haven't seen the Rick and Morty fan show, I do my own solo show there. So if you want to see how I am as a solo host, you can check that out. But Kieron Presents is going to be a fun thing once a month for Patreon subscribers to listen to. And, I'm definitely going to bring a broad range of topics that we don't cover here normally. So, if you want that fucking Leprechaun, come watch it. Especially, I'm basically just doing it for Matt Whitfield. He loves Leprechaun so much. I had to do it for him.
Oh, man. Good shit, man. Good shit. I want to remind everybody that this Thursday, Fandom Empire Live's back at it with a Halloween H2O watch-along. Myself, Kieron, and Michael Bishop. We'll see if anybody else wants to join in on that one. Halloween H2 watch-along. We have not done it on the channel. We did it on... Johnny and I did one on Facebook about 2 years ago. And so we're excited to dive back into this movie and, critique it. Because I have to. It's a thing. Tommy B, my boy, where can everybody find you at, man?
I can be found on Facebook at all the usual places, like the Fandom Empire Den and the Future of Halloween. I can be found on Twitter and Instagram at TommyB1650. I'm also hanging out here and there in our new Discord server. If you're one of our regulars, reach out for information about that.
Johnny V, what do you got going on, dude?
Oh man, you can find me here, there, and everywhere. You can find me on the Bros Before Pros channels, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. And as soon as Canada Post brings me my package, we'll get back to. That sounded so wrong.
Oh,
Just-
got a package mailed into you, huh? You're looking for an upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounded. Oh dear.
We all do it, man. We all do it. We all have ups and downs.
Yeah. As soon as that. As soon as my package is delivered by the lovely folks at Canada Post, then we will be back to live streaming and getting stuff up on the YouTube. That's right.
Speaking of which, speaking of gaming streams coming to Fandom Empire, I'm not going to rush it this week because the goal is to hopefully paint the studio on the weekend and see a much better looking wall behind me. But next week, we'll probably be doing some Dead by Daylight and Friday the 13th live streams late at night. And they'll just be live AMAs, and we can talk about whatever you guys want. And you can even tell me and my buddy Reeve what the fuck we should be doing on that game if you want us to go kill someone or run away from someone or whatever. You'll be able to see that on the network soon. Kieron, where can everybody find you at, man?
You can find me on Facebook. You guys know my name, Kieron Gogan. You can find me there. You can find me at Rick and Morty Fan Show, which is our Facebook group. You can find me in the Fandom Empire Den. You can find me on the Discord channel. You can find me at my brand new Patreon show that's coming up. You can find me on Twitter at Gogan Kieron. So my name's switched around. It shows up as Rick and Morty Fan Show, so you could search Rick and Morty Fan Show. You'd find it there as well. And also on Instagram, it used to be Kieron_FE. It's now the Rick and Morty Fan Show because I use it to promote as much as possible. So I pretty much just changed everything to Rick and Morty Fan Show to get that thing going, and it seems like it worked. So
our boy Travis in the chat sends in a $5 super chat, says Richard Brake would be my Freddy pick. Why do I not know who Richard Brake is? I'm gonna have to Google that once I get out to the cottage. So appreciate the support, everybody. Thanks for a fun show. We'll see you Thursday for Fandom Empire Live and Fandom News Now. Until next time, don't forget the guy over my right shoulder is coming.
Richard Brake, good pick.
We all hope Johnny gets his package soon. Good night, everybody.